Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast taking our final dip into the Forsytes for season 1. I'm Megan and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater. Hey, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I know you just posted on our website, girlsgonehallmark.com, a sneak preview of season 2 of the Forsytes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's actually in my notes to discuss it.
Oh, okay. Because 1, I haven't read it. 2, I'm just curious, do we know when that season's going to drop?
No, it's estimated to be sometime in 2027.
Oh. I would have loved it later this year. It would have been great.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that.
Okay.
We are discussing the Forsytes season 1, episode 6, the season finale, which originally aired on PBS on Sunday, April 26th, and is currently available to stream on pbs.org and the PBS Passport app. If you want to keep up with us, even though the Forsytes is over, follow us over on Instagram, where we are Girls Gone Hallmark, and you can see our schedule of all the shows and movies that we are currently reviewing.
We're gonna lean more Hallmark heavy in the next coming weeks.
Yes.
Scaling back to PBS, unfortunately, even though they make great entertainment.
Yeah, we're going to be a real Hallmark-focused operation around here. Although, if you like a little bit of soapiness, check out our podcast, Last to the Party, because we are recapping this summer's In the City post-Summer House scandal.
Yeah.
Hey, let's hear a synopsis for this episode of The Forsytes.
Soames commissions a country house despite Irene's distress. As Louisa faces a fresh start, Joe decides his future and reveals a dark secret. Dark? Question mark?
What's the dark secret?
She has a grandson.
Oh, Anne reveals that. Okay, what's your first impression of this episode?
Look, I like a little bad boy energy, but this not so much. So I would like to officially retract everything I said about Soames.
Soames Hive, stand down.
So scary.
My first impression is call it Maury Povich because I need to know who the father is.
Okay, can we talk about it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Anne's big reveal at the end that
Henry Falconer
is her grandson. From who?
Well,
How? Who?
Well, the only two options. It's one of the two dudes. Alexandra is the mother.
But who was asking? I forget who Anne was talking to. Because if she's talking to Joe Sr. and she says, Faulkner is my grandson, then James is the father. Gotta pull it up.
It was you who paid him off.
That's James.
Why would you do that?
No, that's Joe.
My dear boy,
Senior.
we can speak of these things some other time.
But Mama, who is he?
He's my grandson.
So you said if she's talking to one, we know it's the other.
Yeah.
But there's a case to be made that we don't know James's past. Maybe he went away somewhere. And she says,
Wait, who's talking to Anne?
Joe. Sorry. Joe Sr. So there is a case to be made. She says, we brought his mother into our home. Is there a case to be made that the boys were gone away somewhere and she cared for Alexandra and this baby and she's felt this responsibility and neither James nor Joe ever knew of the existence of this child? Because James looks shocked.
Maybe not a biological.
I think it's a biological grandson.
Because, okay, let's think about it for a second. We have the whole side storyline of the wayward women and
Yes.
that they have these children.
Good point.
You know what I mean? So maybe Anne takes in Alexandra, who is pregnant with some child, and then, Anne, I'm quoting, adopts that baby.
Okay, I think you could make that case, but I also think that with all the hinting around we've been getting about James and Joe and this affair they had and how it was a love triangle between them, I think we're supposed to assume it belongs to one of them. We could be surprised. Do you dare me to Google who is the father of Henry Falconer?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, I forgot that this is actual a
book. Oh, Henry Falconer is not a character from the original books, but a new figure in the series.
Oh, we've taken liberties here. Storytelling liberties. I gotcha. Okay. They're going to try to make it real soapy then. Okay. That's okay.
To me, It makes a little more sense for it to be Joe than James because Joe is widowed and James is married. And so that opens up an opportunity. I don't know if Alexandra's still alive. Have they touched on that? Did she say his mother had died? I don't know. I don't know. But that was juicy. I liked it.
I thought it was juicy too, and it set up a good season 2.
Sure.
I think I was a little disappointed, honestly, with the finale of the episode.
That was going to be my that's so interesting. My question to you.
Oh, okay.
So overall, as a finale, you were not impressed?
I wanted explosive. I mean, I think Anne's reveal is good, but I wanted explosive.
Okay, wait. Let me put something to you. Joe leaves his wife and goes to live with the mother of his children. Soames is really dangerous.
Yeah.
Irene is stuck.
Yeah.
Irene and Philip are going to bound chicka wow wow.
So disappointed.
Please
Yes.
tell me your notes say, I'm going to give you your flowers once again, because 2 episodes in a row, I have the words, I knew it.
Oh, I don't remember you talking about that last
Yes,
week. Okay,
I
we're going to
talked-
get all to it. Yes, I guess there was a lot of stuff that happened in this episode, but I thought I saw a spoiler from the original story. And I was
You were
hoping
waiting for
Francis and Joe Sr.
to bound chicka wow wow.
Yeah, exactly.
We need another euphemism for
For that.
getting it on. Something perhaps from this century.
Oh, please write in. Please write in. Give us suggestions. We are at hello@girlsgonehallmark.com. Let's dig into all the things you mentioned. Soames.
my rewind sound.
Soames. Scary.
He just gets worse and worse.
I felt uncomfortable watching it.
You can see him unraveling. I mean, like, it opens with him, like, watching Irene, and he gives her a necklace, and I'm like, oh, this is giving, like, abusers, the cycle of abuse, and
Yeah.
you go through that honeymoon phase where you're loving
Yep.
and nice, and you give gifts to bring them back to your side, and and then at work, he's bad, too.
Yeah, I agree. But so about Irene, I don't think Irene is taken by
No, me either.
the
The gifts of it all?
Yeah.
I agree. She sees right through him. The bloom is off that rose. She is so over him.
agree. So what I need watching Irene's realization is kind of heartbreaking to me, but also, I'm going to need her in season 2 to be like a little bit more strategic in like getting back at him or getting away from him. I hope she just doesn't like fall into the role of docile wife of Soames.
Well, she's not docile.
I need her to be Taylor Swift, kind of like
Reputation
look
era.
what you made me do, sort of.
She's certainly not behaving the way he wants her to behave.
I think maybe I've been watching The Count of Monte Cristo too closely.
You need her to pull an Edmond Dantes.
I need her to get a little.
We also need to remember the time and remember that she's bankrupt, and she's bankrupt because of Soames. He deliberately tanked that stock that caused her family to lose their entire fortune and then married her. And when Joe calls him on it, Soames and Francis do something very similar in this episode. When they get angry, they immediately turn on the other person, and he calls Louisa his mistress. He says, go back to your brats and your mistress? And what's interesting is Joe's just so even-tempered through that entire exchange. It's just like, this is the guy you want in charge?
Yeah, no, it's great. I know. Soames is just real scary.
I mentioned Frances. Honestly, she's just as mean. She's
terrible.
She's just as mean. And when Joe comes home and she's like, we can make this work. And he tells her, like, in the nicest way possible, he says, I'll always take care of you. I'm not going to ruin you. And she says, I once found you interesting. Now you bore me.
Yeah, this is really interesting. And what I liked about Joe, I mean, Joe continues to be like a real stand-up dude, in my opinion. But she's like, oh, you want to leave so you can go run off with your mistress. He's like, it's never been about the mistress. It's about the children. Like, he's like, why can't you get that? Mm-hmm. She's so threatened by that.
I mean, he does go be with her.
I think Luis is a cherry on top in this situation.
Yeah.
But he's telling me, the viewer, like he wants to be there for his kids. And I believe him. Do you not believe that's the whole story?
Well,
I mean, he might want to be like, he really wants to maybe get back to the Venice Joe.
That's a good question. If Frances had said, fine, have a relationship with these children, I'm cool with that. Would that have been enough for him? If he could have had an open relationship, been there for them, provided for them financially, been a father figure without necessarily letting them know. I don't know if they'll let them in on who he is ever. I feel like the draw to Louisa was really strong. I do feel like he was trying to do the right thing all along. And he was trying to, I'm married to you, but let me have a relationship with my children. Would they have continued maybe this push and pull back and forth for a longer period of time? But Louisa sees him for who he is. And Frances has only seen him for what he could be.
Right.
And I think he realized that. So I think he was as good as he could possibly be, but in the end chose his own happiness. And I don't judge him for that, because Frances is not the kind of person that I would want to be attached to for the rest of my life.
God, I mean, Joe's not a dummy. He's had to have seen like how Frances operates all these years, right? 10 years or whatever it is. Like, she is so interested in the social respect of it all and being seen in society and so on. That's just not new news to him.
Nope.
So maybe if we had just the tiniest bit more context of like Joe realizing how different Louisa and Frances are, and then being like, I'm more into Louisa and this. But I don't know. There's no way it ends this easily in season 2, though. Like, it's not just going to be the end of, like, Joe's not going to get to go live in the country house with Louisa with the kids and
get back to his art.
Yeah, Frances is not going to let it go that easy, don't you think?
Well,
so?
and his dad probably is not going to let his role with Forsyte and Co. go that easily.
Frances is a main player. She's got to stick around somehow.
Oh, I think she absolutely will.
Then maybe this is when she starts to get it on with Joe Sr.
Maybe
they realize like they're meant to be.
Perhaps.
Ugh, gross. Could you even imagine?
No.
Married to your husband for how many years, and then you guys split up, and then you get together with your husband's father?
Although Joe Sr. is a real silver fox.
Oh, I'm Stephen Moyer. Is that his name? Stephen
Yes.
Moyer? Yeah. Like,
Wasn't he in True Blood?
yeah.
Yeah. I would also like to point out Frances' terribleness when she goes to the charity and she's like, don't you think these women should atone for their sins? Like, shouldn't we just publicly humiliate these women who have not had perfect lives? I just thought, wow, you're just a real terrible person.
You know, she should be careful. What's that saying? You don't throw stones in glass houses or something. She
is about to be divorced.
Even before that, she's a widow.
Yes. Yeah, she could have been alone on the streets with her daughter, not on the streets, but in need of help.
Yes.
But for the grace of God and the Forsytes.
Yeah. I think she purposely went after Joe.
But the Forsytes felt like she was a get for them too. In that wedding scene in the beginning,
so gross.
They wanted her for what she could bring to the family.
Ugh. Yeah. And you know, her big thing at the end where she is going to donate all this money or start her own.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what happens. Obviously, that's
calculated.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
But did you understand the purpose behind that?
Not really.
So is this her way of, she knows that Joe is leaving. Joe leaving, she knows is going to reflect on her negatively because the elder Carteret woman had been throwing shade at her because there were rumors around town that Joe and Frances weren't doing so well.
Right.
And she knows that people are like, oh, look at Frances getting divorced. Like, it'll be a stain on her worth.
Right.
Is she doing this to ingratiate herself with this society? Like, I still have value. You still need to let me be one of you.
I think so.
I was trying to think if there's something more sinister in it than that, but I suspect there's not.
Well, it's definitely calculated at the least.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. A few things relating to Irene.
Okay.
Soames was chilling when she says, remember when you said you'd release me? And he says, I can't recall why I would make such a promise.
Gaslighting here.
Yes. I never would have said such a thing. And then the heat between Irene and Philip.
I hate it.
But they got the heat.
I hate
I
it.
do too. We'll talk about it. The last thing I liked, Anne removing the chair that was meant for Joe and Monty tries to sit in it. She's
So funny.
I hope Monty never gets his rightful place in the family. I just hope they continue to, he's just the clown.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come right back with our wishes. I only have one real main wish about this episode.
Okay.
And it goes right back to what we were talking about. I hate that poor June is headed for heartbreak.
June, she's going to be collateral damage, and she's great.
She's so earnest and sweet, and she's been such a good friend to Irene, and she's rooting for her man and who he is and to get his first commission, and she's just so excited. And when she grabs his hand and they go running down the street together, it just breaks my heart.
I know. And I have to question, I'm like, okay, so is it possible Philip and Irene, have they known each other?
Maybe.
Or is this just like some sort of instant, like, I don't see Irene like fawning over him. Like, I see Philip being like very interested in Irene, but I don't totally see like the interest from Irene.
In the final scene when they're framed in that window, the final scene of them together,
Okay.
it seems like there's an attraction. But prior to that, I would agree with you.
What is Irene going to do here? What is Philip going to do? Philip's got his commission. He's going to end up getting married to June.
Or at least headed that direction.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Question, maybe I missed it. Did Soames pick up on anything between Philip and Irene? And that's why he gave Philip the commission so he will marry June? Or did he give Philip the commission, one, because he wants to put Irene in like a house far away? Or third option, did he give Philip the commission as stick it to that side of the family? Because they don't.
Oh, that's an interesting
see Philip.
perspective. Maybe that. I just thought he was like, I got to get Irene out of here. I got to get her out to the country and away from people. I need to isolate her.
Houses out in the country already built.
That are vacant. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably my biggest wish too. Like, I didn't see it coming, and I don't like to see where it's going either. Like, it's just because I love June.
Me too. What's not to love?
Yeah, we already talked about my other wish was that I thought this was a good setup for season 2. When you break it down to all the things that happen, yes, it's a lot. But again, I was hoping for something between Francis and Joe Sr. I don't know, Joe Jr. walking in on them or something. I don't know.
She's got to maintain the moral high ground for now.
Yeah, for sure. Are you excited for season 2?
I am.
Me too. I really like this show. I like playing in this era a little bit. I'm shocked that I like it so much.
Yeah, this show is very entertaining. And speaking of season 2, if you had read the post on our website, there are a few new cast members joining. The main one that they made the big announcement about is Richard Rankin. They have not, his photo is on our website. They have not named his character, and he is listed on IMDb under the Forsytes without a character name. I'm guessing he's Henry Falconer. He's a real wowie zowie.
Yeah, I don't know who this dude is. He was in Outlander.
And Sarah Alexander and Nia Ashi are joining the cast as well. Although
Alexander.
I don't know in what roles.
I do think they do need to expand the cast a little bit, so.
Sure. Yeah, I would like to see Isaac get more to do.
Yeah, agree.
And I also feel like the fancy lady with the society.
Parker Barrington or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like we don't know enough about her.
We don't. I bet that Nia Ashi is going to be her daughter.
Perhaps, yes. I'm looking forward to a season 2.
Me
Do
too.
you think we will recap a season 2 here on Girls Gone Hallmark?
I'm open to it.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. It depends on when it drops. Is it going to drop this time next year? Maybe.
We won't have a Count of Monte Cristo season 2 running concurrently, and we won't have a Way Home
That's
season 2.
exactly. So perhaps. You guys, if you want us to recap the Forsytes season 2, please email us hello@girlsgonehallmark.com.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. We'll be back next time with more reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.